So I remember I got in my car, I drove down there, and I meet this Italian dude. He's old, like 65 years old, gives me a kiss on the cheek, like I'm smelly Italian. I'm like, holy shit, this guy's the real deal. Like, he's a dirty ass Italian, you know, and I didn't know who he was at the time.
Yeah.
He says, listen, nephew, you know, Italians always call you nephew. He said, listen, nephew, I'm not talking about any kind of business in the U.S. He says, you want to come and talk to me about business? You fly to Naples, Italy, where I live. I said, well, fuck, I got $1 million a day on about to be given to me. I'm flying to Naples, Italy. So what did I do? I got on that plane next week, and I met him in Naples, Italy. I pulled up to his villa. He's got 2 villas. He's got his own vineyard. He's doing his own wine. He's a real deal. He's definitely the man. I said, man, they weren't lying. This guy's for real. So I sit down, I have the conversation. I said, I have the best product in the world right now, in a country that's impossible to get to. I have cocaine from South America that is in Sydney, Australia right now. He says, it's impossible. He goes, it's the hardest place in the world to get product to. I don't believe it. Don't waste my time. How's he gonna trust this 24-year-old kid, you know? I'm like, I'm telling you, man, I got it. He goes, don't waste my time. He goes, if you really had that, he said, you would be a millionaire right now. I said, no, that's what I'm trying to get at. I said, this guy that I do business with said, I'll be a millionaire overnight if I can move the product. He goes, I can move the product. I got all the contacts over there. He goes, but I don't believe that it's over there. He goes, why don't you go over there and find out it's there and then fly me over. So what did I do? I flew back to California, told El Jefe, hey, I got a buyer. I said, but he doesn't believe me. He said, man, stop wasting my time. I said, the only way he'll come over there is if I get there and I tell him it's there. He says, get on the plane. He goes, I'm paying for your Sydney ticket. He got me a first-class ticket to Sydney, Australia. Oh, shit. I'm laying in Virgin Australia. I'm laying in the bed thinking to myself, what have I gotten myself into? And I land in Australia, and El Jefe messages me on the encrypted phone, and he says, now tell that fucking Italian that the product is here and that you need him over here. So I told him, I said, all right. So I remember telling the Italian, we'll call him Uncle Louis, right? I said, hey, Uncle Louis, I'm here in Sydney, and it's really here. You got to get over here. So next day he flies on El Jefe's dollar. So so we get him over there. This old man's wearing like a 3-piece suit. He goes, hey, we're in Sydney. You got to dress nice around here. Everyone's wearing suits. It's like kind of like New York.
Yeah.
He says, if you're wearing a T-shirt, you're going to stand out. Everyone wears suits. And he says, we got to look nice. So I go and I get a suit. Now here I am with this Italian guy wearing these suits, and he goes, okay, now we got to get a suitcase because we got to pretend like we're businessmen, and we're rolling this suitcase around Sydney. Everyone has these rolling suitcases. I'm like, okay, whatever he says, you know, he knows the game. I'm new to this, so I'm like, okay. I tell El Jefe, I said, what do we do? We're ready. He goes, go to the Four Seasons Hotel. He says, get a room. He says, in 20 minutes, you're going to have a package delivered. I said, all right, cool. I said, how many? He says, you're going to have 20 birds dropped off. I said, birds? What do you mean birds? You know, I don't know the game, Kirk. I'm like, birds? Okay. All right, 20 birds. All right, cool. So I get there. I tell Uncle Louis, I said, hey, get a room next to mine. I said, so we're not in the same room. And this package is coming. So 20 minutes later, I get that knock on the door, and there's a guy with a box, and he goes, here you go. I go, holy shit. I take it, and I get on. I'm like, fuck, I'm scared. I'm like, fuck, this is going to give me a life sentence right here. You know, anything over 2 kilos in Australia, you're going to prison forever. Yeah. So I knock on the wall. I said, hey, Uncle Louis, get over here. He comes over, he opens it up, and he goes, holy shit, nephew. He says, you just became a millionaire overnight. I said, holy shit, are you serious? He goes, yeah. He goes, let me see what I can do. So he takes it, goes to his people. 30 minutes later, he's back with $2 million.
Damn, that quick.
Yeah, that quick, like that.
Holy
30 minutes.
Shit.
I was like, holy shit, Louis. He goes, they asked when we can get the next shipment.
Damn.
So I'm telling El Jefe, I'm telling El Jefe, I go, hey, I got your money. Where do you want it? He goes, just hold on to it. Put it in your apartment. I said, man,